Hello, I'm Manuel Neira, Vice President of Products and Advisory Services. Today, I have the pleasure of being accompanied by Mike Moorman, CEO and founder of ERP Suites. So let's talk 64-bit. And as we know, 64-bit is on the minds of everyone that has a technology solution. So that's one option, is to evaluate going to 64-bit now. But that also, like you alluded to earlier, it pulls other components into the equation, right, for migrations and updates. Can you talk to us a little bit about some of those components and what that means?
Absolutely. So, like I said, with the migration of 64-bit, it's pretty straightforward. However, there are ESUs that you need to take in on those ESUs. And the problem that we're seeing in the experience that we had with our customers is most of our customers have probably applied update 1 or 2 before when they did their implementation, but they never taken an update since then. So the ESUs that are required for the 64-bit, that helps fix the business functions. When you take those on, they hit prereqs. And then those prereqs then start having some baseline prereqs. So all of a sudden the snowball starts getting bigger, bigger, and bigger to the point that you're basically going to have to take on the latest and greatest update, which is now called Release 23. So first thing you need to really do is check which update are you on. If you're usually we tell customers if you're on update 2 or less, right, just plan on you're going to have to take the latest and greatest updates. Right. That's easy enough, right, to take on the latest, greatest updates. But the ramifications of doing that is now you're going to have to go back and have a retrofitting activity, right? That retrofitting of those objects that might have got replaced is what we have to do now, the research. So not only do we put the tools release on, now we can do the 64-bit migration, but now we've also have put the update on, so now there's a retrofitting piece of it. So you can see now this project that you think might be here is starting to grow. It gets even more, right? So when you get to 926 and 927, the minimal technical requirements come out for different operating systems. A lot of customers, if they're on update 2, they're probably on an older tools release, which means they are on older operating systems. And we see a lot of people still on like a Windows 2012 R2. That's coming out of support. Even on the IBM side, V7 R3 is coming out of support this year too. So this is a great opportunity as well to expand that project scope to take on and really get up to a great technical footprint that we call it. So that's not only just getting up to new servers and new OSs, but getting your WebLogic, getting your database up to date, and any other technologies that might be along with that, right? So now we're getting really current, right? If you think about it, we're getting all those things. But the scope of that 64-bit has really now grown in size, right?
Yep.
And to be honest with you, we saved the best for last. So there's one piece we haven't talked about, right, on that scope of that project. And this is where that scope even gets bigger when you look at 64-bit, right? So when you look at it, is the third-party products, right? There's many third-party products that are integrated inside of JD Edwards that also are affected by that 64-bit migration. And those are going to potentially have to be upgraded or updated or do something with that third-party program in order to make it 64-bit compliant. So now you can see how this project has started out small, is usually growing to a pretty large project and endeavor for a lot of our customers, right? So typically these projects are kind of that 3 to 6 months type endeavors, but you know, at the end of the day, if you're going to put the time and effort into, you get all the way up to date systems that helps in so many aspects, right? Not just new functionality JD Edwards, but cybersecurity is a big deal out there right now, right? Being on latest and greatest OSs, patches, and all that that has in there. So, but at the end of the day, we still have customers, like you said, on those 2 paths saying, is that 64-bit right? Is there another option? And that's where we do talk to customers where we do sometimes take them up to the latest and greatest 925, I think it's 9256. Right. We still do the OS updates and the new servers and the new WebLogic, new database, but what we don't do is that 64-bit migration or a new update, so the scope of that project then is a lot more tolerable if they need that. However, they're still not getting all the new functionality that you would have with the 926, 927, or the update 7 that you have.
Another video that we did, we talked about different methods for delivering projects, right? And big bang, iterative. Sounds like what I heard you say is that some customers could start kind of working on the components, upgrading some of the components so that they can do those, whether it's a database or a complementary technological piece, get those updated so that when they do the 64-bit, the number of things that need to get upgraded or migrated are fewer, right? So then you're kind of chunking it out and spreading that kind of effort across so it doesn't have to be big bang.
Correct. And we talk to those in phases with our customers, right?
That's fantastic.
And it helps reduce the risk, but it does extend timelines. But some of our customers are okay with that, right? They rather take that time to plan for some of those in there. They might even take a time to look at the third-party products and decide, hey, maybe I'll switch off of them because I could potentially do stuff now inside with Orchestrator. So other options that they have. But yeah, so there's not a one-size-fit-all, right, with a 64-bit. But I will tell you, a lot of our customers are on that journey or on a journey to get to 64-bit. It might be in a phase approach or it might be all at once. But there's a lot of options there, and that's where I think we can help out and kind of lay out those options.